Hello, welcome back to the Watford Way. Spring has finally arrived here in the UK. It's lovely weather outside. I've just got back from a nice 15-kilometre or so bike ride, and today we're looking ahead to Watford versus Millwall at Vicarage Road. Millwall, of course, now managed by Alex Neil. And yeah, as I say on every match preview, of course, I'm looking forward to the game. I love getting back to the Vic, and I feel Watford are in quite a good moment under Tom Cleverley in the past 3 or so games. 3 clean sheets in a row, 7 points from 9, a derby victory at Vicarage Road as well. And I think we're all quite happy, positive and optimistic for the remaining games of the season. And who knows, potentially if Watford can keep this up, we might just be able to sneak into them playoff positions. Before I get into my thoughts on the game, we're going to hear from Omar, who runs the That Millwall podcast, to get the opposition view on this weekend's fixture.
Hi there, Watford Way. My name's Omar. I'm one part of That Millwall podcast, updating you once again this season on the form of Millwall. Obviously, I spoke to you guys, played you guys first game of the season. Obviously, you guys came to town around the Millwall for Matthias Sarkic. 3-2 defeat that day. Probably deserved to win it on reflection. I think it was a topsy-turvy game for us, topsy-turvy day in general. Obviously, a bit of, untimely things happening off the pitch. But as to true fashion, the other guys were still a manager from the start of the season, and we're the ones that have replaced our manager. So Neil Harris left around Christmas time, well, prior to Christmas, should I say, and then we replaced him with another Neil in Alex Neil. Yeah, it's been a lot of change since we last played you guys. I think we probably signed 11 or 12 players because we signed about 4 or 5 towards the deadline in August. And then obviously we signed about 7 or 8 in the January window. So yeah, this season has been a real kind of up and down season, to be honest. Lots have happened off the pitch, lots have happened on the pitch. We're mid-table, 12th place, slap bang in the middle of the championship. Probably a fair reflection of where we're at the moment. We win a couple games, we lose a couple games. The real highlight of late has been the FA Cup run we had. So obviously we went to Ellen Road, 2-0 victory against Leeds, which is always nice. And then we obviously lost at the weekend to Crystal Palace in a 3-1 defeat with 10 men for 85 minutes. Everyone's got their opinion of the red cards. We don't have to go into it right now, I don't think. I think it's been well spoken about in the media this week anyway, nonetheless. So, yeah, I mean, recent forms have been too great. We've had a few injuries to the side. Even on Tuesday night against Bristol City, we lost 1-0, 2-0, should I say, sorry. And didn't really get out of first gear, couldn't really get going. Femi Aziz is injured. Our record signing, Camille Negley, is injured supposedly as well. He's out for 6 weeks. So, yeah, it's probably a good time for Watford to play us, to be honest. I think we're looking for a performance. Obviously, we've still got our key standout players in Jaffa Tanganga and obviously at the back. We've got a couple of new signings up in the forward areas. Luke Cundall. We've also got Mihajlo Ivanovic up front, who obviously signed after we played you guys in the August window, should I say. So, yeah, I'm not really sure what to expect on Saturday. Be interesting to see how it goes. From our side, I think it's just looking to get back to winning ways and get performance in. Like I said, we've got injuries galore. So, I mean, if I had to guess the team, I reckon it'd be Lucas Jensen in goal, who made his debut against you guys start the season. Right back, likely to be... See, this could be an interesting one, but maybe it might be Wes Harding, who played in the Cup for us. But I think he's earliest chance to play in the side, and he might probably play. So we look at a 4-2-3-1 as we played all season, really. Traffic Tanganga and Jake Cooper, the 2 centre-halves. Joe Bryant at left-back. Midfield 2, I imagine, will be George Saville and Casper Denore. And then in the 3 behind the striker, I anticipate to see, if Femi Aziz is fit, was a bit question mark over him was for half time. He'd likely play alongside Adam Aramaki on the wings with a bit of pace. I think he came on against you guys at the start of the season and caused a bit of trouble for us. And then Luke Cundall with the 10 with likely Coburn up front, who's a bit of a target man. So, yeah, be interesting. We're looking to get performance in, really, I think, to try and get some sort of something back to the 40 for the rest of the season. We're really middle of the road. I think we're 8 or 9 points off the playoffs, 8 or 9 points clear from relegation. Likely going to be, we'll finish mid-table. So you could say it might be a good time for Watford to play us if they're looking to try and get the aspirations to try and get into the playoffs this year. But look, it could also mean if we win and results go away, we'll claw ourselves back into it. It's the championship. It's game by game. We've got a chance to retaliate after 2 defeats in a row. Obviously, Saturday to Palace and Tuesday to Bristol City. So yeah, be interested to see what happens. I think that's my 3-4 minute preview for you guys. Good luck after the weekend, and thanks for having us on again, and we'll speak to you guys soon. Thank you very much.
A massive thanks to Omar from the That Millwall podcast for his contribution to the video. And I'm just looking at Watford's next 4 or 5 fixtures here on my computer just to the right of me. And I have to say, the next 4 or 5 are very, very winnable. And of course, the cliche saying in the Championship is that no game is easy. But as the optimist that I am, I do look at them fixtures and go, there's a big chance that if it goes well and Watford can find some consistency and regular victories, of course, that we could sneak into 5th or 6th position come the end of the season. It starts, of course, with Millwall at home this weekend, the 12:30 kickoff live on Sky Sports. We then face Swansea at home on Tuesday night. We then follow that up with a away trip to Oxford United, which I know sold out very, very quickly. So congrats to anyone who got a ticket for that one. Plymouth Argyle at home follows Oxford in the game where Watford really should be winning. I don't think Plymouth have won an away game at all this season from memory, which is absolutely terrible. And Watford will be the team to give them their first victory this season, no doubt. And then after Plymouth, we face Bristol City away from home. So starting with Millwall this weekend, if it goes well, I've got a good feeling that maybe, just maybe, we could find ourselves in them playoff positions come May. And looking at this Millwall game, as Omar just said there, they've been a bit indifferent this season. They're not really near the relegation battle, and they're not really near the playoff battle either. They're in a solid kind of mid-table position. They have some quality players. Omar highlighted for me one of the best defenders in the Championship, Japhet Tanganga. I'm still shocked they managed to poach him from Tottenham actually a few seasons ago. As a quality player, I'd have him in the Watford side in a heartbeat, in my opinion. I really, really like him. And yeah, I want to cast your minds back to the reverse fixture earlier this season. You'll remember that Mileta Rajovic got that last minute, 90th minute winner away at the Den. And I feel Millwall in recent years, a bit like QPR sometimes. I think they're Watford's bogey team somewhat. Sometimes you have decent games against them. Sometimes it goes very, very badly wrong. I remember a couple of seasons ago, Matty Pollock, of course, who's a really good defender now, made his debut at the Den. And yeah, we lost 3-0 that day. I think we lost to Millwall on Boxing Day last season as well at Vicarage Road. So yeah, whilst we do have occasionally good results against them, they are notoriously a hard team to face in the Championship. Their fans are class. They always bring a good following wherever they go. And yeah, I'm very much looking forward to the game. In regards to team news, there's no real further update on the longer term absentees. Bar, Bachmann and Pierre Duomo are nearing a return to the first team. It looks like Pierre Duomo will probably be the first to get back into first team training, followed by Bachmann and Bar after the March international break. Our new left back signing on loan from Chelsea, Caleb Wiley, who joined in the January transfer window, is fit and ready to go, according to Tom Cleverley, and he was actually included in the matchday squad to face Stoke City last weekend, albeit he didn't actually come on and make an appearance. And yeah, it's great to see him ready and available. He's an American international, of course, on loan from Chelsea as well, so he has a very high pedigree at a very young age. And yeah, to have another player in that left back position who is available and can add some quality, I think is a real positive. In terms of my score prediction, what do I go with? I think this video has been quite positive and optimistic from me throughout. So I'm going to continue them vibes with my score prediction. And I've been really liking the 2-0 prediction lately. So I'm going to stick with that. Another clean sheet, 4 clean sheets in a row. And I'll go with Rocco Batta to get a goal, and I'll go with Georgie Shakfatatse to add another to his tally as well. So a 2-0 win for me. Let me know if you agree in the comment section down below. Don't forget to subscribe to The Watford Way, and you can follow us all across our socials on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, here on YouTube, and on our newly formed TikTok account as well. Make sure to go and give that a follow. Other than that, I'll be at the game this weekend. Feel free to come and say hi as well. I met loads of you at the Luton game a couple of weeks weeks ago, which is really, really nice. And yeah, the weather is looking absolutely banging this weekend as well. So football at lunchtime under the lovely spring weather here in the UK. You can't get much better than that. And hopefully we'll come away with all 3 points. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.